Hello everyone, my name is Shreyas and welcome back to the PYQ series from India4IAS. So in this video we will be discussing about the modern history PYQ question of the year 2023. So 2023 hardly there is 3 questions in which one question is very static and the rest 2 questions could have been answered through smart guesswork. So how is that we'll be doing? Let's see. We'll begin with question number 1. Simple static question. Which one of the following acts through which Governor General of Bengal was designated as the Governor General of India? Illi confuse agbedi. The answer to this question is Charter Act of 1833. So first there was Governor of Bengal who became Governor General of Bengal through 1773. And who was this person? He was Warren Hastings. Next, what happened? The centralization tendency which started from 1773, it continued till 1833. 1833 was the last step which went towards the centralization, or you can say the most important step, because in 1833 all India figure was been created. Munche one province ga state iru. So the Governor General of Bengal, he became the Governor General of India in 1833. And during 1833, who was this person? He was William Bentinck. So idu namige gotirbeku. Next enagate, Governor General of India was designated as the Viceroy. And when did this happen? 1858 Act, the Act for the Good Governance of India. And who was this person? It was Lord Canning. So idu gotirbeku. Warren Hastings, William Bentinck and Lord Canning, these personalities are important. So this was a simple static question and 2 marks. These were the pocket marks to be taken. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ exactly ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, but how is that we could have thought about. With reference to Indian history, Alexander Ria, A.H. Longhurst and Robert Swell, James Burgess and so on, they were associated with which? So we have not heard these names directly, but which are the chapters which we studied very well? Press chapter we have studied and we have not come across these names. In press we know that Lord Ripon had a liberal policy, there was John Adams and other personalities also, but we did not come across these names. So we'll see the other options. Establishment of churches. Now so many people would have done the establishment of church, and I expect that at least UPSC will not go and ask those topics which are not directly in the syllabus. So this also we could have taken to be wrong. So archaeological excavation, archaeological things are important part of the syllabus. So are the railways. Now construction of railways. Construction of railways, if it had happened, it would have happened under viceroys or the governor generals who were at that point of time. For example, if you know Lord Curzon, when he was a viceroy from 1899 to 1905, under him a lot of expansion or construction of railways happened in India. So if you had to be confused, then it had to be A and D. But archaeological excavation ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಏನು ಓದಲ್ಲ. So there are good chances that these persons could have been associated with it. So in that sense we could have taken A to be correct, because construction of railways ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದಿರೋದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ವೈಸರಾಯ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು rather than these personalities. So in this way we could have deduced that B and C at least are not the options. It had to be A or D and do 50-50. Because these things obviously we wouldn't have studied, and there's no point in remembering these names also. Now that they have been asked in PYQ, okay if we remember these names, but before that obviously didn't make any sense. Now look at this option also. 7th August, like I said, date is not something which we study in detail when it comes to UPSC. Had it been a group C or group D exam, avag date ಓದ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. 7th August is declared as National Handloom Day. It's possible. Suppose if you did not know the date, then how is that we could have solved? Let us see. It was in 1905. 1905 correct. Swadeshi movement launch madidru on the same day. See 1905 ge Swadeshi movement bandito. This is what we are sure of. Ide day bandita. Look at this. See, so many times I have told you, whenever see if statement 1 and statement 2 type of questions bandaga, see if both are reinforcing each other. both are reinforcing each other, both should be correct or both should be wrong. It does make sense that 7th August is declared as National Handloom Day because 7th August day alli Swadeshi movement was been launched. It does make sense. This is one possibility. So the chances that B is correct is very, very wrong. Or date wrong kottirbodu. That is also another possibility. So B antu definitely wrong agate because it doesn't make any sense. So answer had to be A, C or D. And if you had seen the trick that if two statements are going in the same direction, there is good probability that both are reinforcing each other and both are correct. E sense al hogidre we would have easily gone for option A, given that we do not know the date of Indian National Handloom Day. National Handloom Day date ena gottire, obviously we know statement 1 cannot be incorrect. Avaga idನ್ನು eliminate ಮಾಡಬಹುದಿತ್ತು. ಅವಾಗ ಬರೀ A ಮತ್ತೆ C ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಸೊ ಡೇಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ 3 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್ A and B reinforce each other, then it was better or safer strategy to go for A. So ಇದೇ ಟೈಪ್, ಇದೇ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಎರಡು ಸತಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ for both the questions you apply the same logic. I'll give you another example where if you had applied the same logic you would have got that as wrong but this as correct. But still one correct one wrong andre 1.33 plus marks ಆಯ್ತು. Same question Indian national flag ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. I think it was one statement said that the height is to the breadth is to length, something like that. It should be in the ratio of 3:2. And it another thing said that it is of some 6 centimeter to 5 centimeter, something like 6:5. Okay, 6:4 ratio, something like that. So if you see, both the statements were reinforcing each other in that case also. So I took that also as A option and this question also as A option, but I got this correct and that is wrong. UPSC again martide since 2023 it is trying to analyze the way you make guesswork. Aspirants ide way ಅಲ್ಲಿ guesswork ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ it is one step ahead. So ಅದು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ, ಎವ್ರಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ guesswork ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. one question ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು, one question ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡದೇ ಇರಬಹುದು, but you do not change your mind. If you have to take a smart guesswork, use the same logic and apply it in the same questions, because at least ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ marks ಬರುತ್ತೆ rather than getting minus 1.2 by getting wrong in both these questions. So like I said, 2015 Government of India decided to designate 7th of August as the National Handloom Day because it was on this day that the Swadeshi movement, which wanted to encourage the indigenous industries, was being launched. So this was been done to revive the handloom industry. So like we see, the questions of modern history are getting tough and tough. So the best we can do is get hang of static and use the smart guesswork in this way to solve the questions. Smart guesswork ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ it is a game of probability, it is not a game of absolutism. 5 questions ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು guesswork ಮಾಡಿ all 5 ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ. ಆದರೆ 5 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ 3 ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ you get a edge over your competitors and that is enough. So that was all about this video. Thank you for watching.